How's it going?
Welcome back.
We're back for our Season 1 wrap-up
Yay!
of the Babbling Bards podcast.
Yay! You know what this means?
What?
This means that next season, I finally get to turn 10 years old. I'm so excited.
Well, yay!
I can finally eat gummy bears without supervision. Yay, me. And crayons. That's probably why I couldn't eat gummy bears without supervision, was because I ate crayons.
Why would you eat crayons?
I felt like I needed some color in my life.
Okay.
No, actually, till I was, like, embarrassingly older. I was probably, like, 5, 6. I thought crayons were rainbow sprinkles. To this day, I won't touch rainbow sprinkles. I hate sprinkles on anything. But we're talking about Xena.
Okay.
We're not talking about rainbow sprinkles. There are little rainbow sprinkles in Xena. I mean, there are.
Okay.
But we're talking about the series. The power. The passion.
The danger.
And about how Kevin Sorbo was not a fan of the show.
No, he was not.
Yeah. We're gonna sling out a few little nerdy tidbits that we've got. We'll kind of like give you a very, very brief summary of every episode just so you guys have a refresher of, hey, oh yeah, that one was in season 1. And then we got some questions from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Questions that we're gonna answer. Maybe.
We're gonna answer or I'm gonna answer?
Probably you.
No. We. It is a team effort.
We. I said we.
We are going to answer.
I said we.
You said we?
Yes.
Oui, oui. Oui, oui, mon chéri. You didn't know I could speak French.
You speak many languages.
No, I don't.
Sure you do.
I speak a few.
Uh-huh.
A few. I speak Greek. I speak Italian. I speak English.
Latin.
Latin. A tiny, tiny, tiny bit of Japanese.
Uh-huh.
I accidentally enrolled in a Japanese class when I was in high school.
Accidentally?
Yeah.
How did you not know you enrolled in a Japanese class?
Because our syllable things were stupid. Our enrollment syllables were stupid.
Okay.
In school because Georgia. So when I enrolled, they had Japanese and Advanced Latin 3 side by side.
You marked the wrong one?
I marked the wrong bubble. I was in Japanese classes for like 3 weeks, and they finally switched me out. And you're laughing at me. She was laughing at me, guys. Don't be a meanie.
I'm not.
Okay, see, you're not.
Anyways,
So,
season 1.
Season 1.
Yes.
So as season 1's airing, season 2's gearing up to film. Mm-hmm. But the truth of the matter is, in season 1, we didn't know if we were going to get a season 2. Because when Xena first aired, the ratings weren't that great. And Kevin Sorbo was causing a stink about it.
Yeah. He didn't like the fact that they were portraying Xena as, I don't know, an equal to Hercules.
More powerful.
More powerful than Hercules.
Because he's like, Hercules is supposed to be the strongest person in the world.
Right.
And they've made this chick a doctor and this and that.
And like, her strength matches his, and, he's Hercules. Nobody is stronger than he is.
Well, his whole argument was, he's half god.
Uh-huh.
And we actually have a question that, when we get to it, you'll see why I think that Xena is also half god.
Okay.
But that's me. It's me, not everybody else.
I mean, and that has been, like, brought up in a couple of episodes, though, right?
Yeah.
Especially the Furies, on whether or not she is half god. But yeah, he was all up in the stink about it.
Yeah. It was actually a running joke on the Hercules set that every time the word Xena was said, the cast and crew members would spit. They would spit. Every time somebody said Xena, they... So, I mean, that's just bad form, Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But he wasn't very happy. But Xena technically wasn't even going to have a show.
No.
See, she was supposed to be killed off in the 3rd episode in the Hercules arc. Because Lucy Lawless had played 2 different characters on Hercules.
Right.
She played an Amazon
Uh-huh.
in 1 episode. And then she played Xena in a 3-episode arc.
Right.
The last one she was supposed to die. But Rob Tappert wanted to have, like, a tragic character with a happy ending.
Yeah.
So he let her live.
Then Xena was born.
No.
No?
Xena was actually born. There was already a Hercules spinoff that was geared up, ready to go. That wasn't a female counterpart. It was a male counterpart that was going to be a Hercules spinoff.
Okay.
But they had such a massive response to
To
the
the Xena
Xena
ones.
character on Hercules that they were like, okay, we'll do a Xena spinoff. Mm-hmm. And it was originally supposed to be set in times when Xena was younger. That's why they weren't originally going to have Lucy Lawless play Xena. They were going to have a young British actress by the name of Vanessa Angel play Xena. Mm-hmm. But she was sick, so she couldn't make the fly out. And Lucy Lawless bebopped her way to the top, and they kind of changed the direction of the show, and that's how we ended up with the Xena that we have today.
Yay! I can't see anybody else playing Xena.
I can't either.
So they did good.
They did.
Yeah.
I agree. And then, Rob Tappert married her like 2 years later.
Yeah.
So... But yeah, that's how we ended up with the Xena spinoff. It was actually thanks to Hercules, not necessarily thanks to Mr. Sorbo.
No.
So we had a few notable episodes. Mm-hmm. Some not so notable ones in season 1. What are the ones that you enjoyed more than the others?
Well, the last episode, I mean, that was our, shiny 5-star super chakram one. Is there a doctor in a house?
Yeah.
The greater good, sins of the past. I mean, I'd say those were, my top 3.
Your top 3 out of them?
Yeah.
I definitely, out of any of them...
Oh, Hooves and Harlots. That was another one of my favorites.
Harlots is a good episode.
Yeah.
Out of any of them, I think probably that I least liked Chariots of War.
Yeah.
That was probably my least favorite.
That's one of my low ones, too.
Yeah.
Chariots of War and Death Mask.
I hated Death Mask.
I know you did.
It actually had pretty high ratings, though, when it aired.
Yeah. I didn't care too much for Black Wolf either.
After the reason that the show almost was scrapped was because that ratings dropped significantly after Beware Greeks Bearing Gifts.
Oh, yeah?
Because the next episode, when it was, oh hell, what did they call it? When the trailer for Athens City Academy of the Performing Bards aired, nobody wanted to see an episode that was Gabrielle-centric.
Wow.
So it's actually got the lowest viewing rate
out
of any of the other episodes in season 1. But, quick recap, Sins of the Past.
Yes.
It's when we first see Xena in the Xena series.
Right.
And she's set off to atone for
her past misdeeds.
Yeah, so solid pilot.
Yeah.
Very good. It's the episode we first meet Gabrielle in, and, we've seen the Cyclops that Xena blinded, and he loses his britches.
Yeah.
She goes to Amphipolis, and her mom's not very happy with her, but we also see closure between her and her mom. By the end, we meet Draco for the first time. And that's not the only appearance we see Draco. He shows up again in Comedy of Errors, and he shows up again in Liar Liar Hearts on Fire.
Yeah, there's a few other ones he shows up in.
Yeah. Then we got Chariots of War, which I think we talked about was like a filler episode.
Yeah.
Xena's been hurt. She was shot with an arrow. This peasant farmer guy in a peaceful village takes her in, and he's got 3 kids running around.
Yeah.
And his wife's died. A little bit of a romance there, and then she moves on.
Yep.
That's the one where we pointed out that it was very blatantly obvious that it was not Renee O'Connor waving as Gabrielle.
Was it that one? Yeah.
We got Dreamworker.
Dreamworker. That was another one of our top ones.
Yeah. That's the episode where the concept of blood innocence is first brought up.
Right.
It's where
Morpheus.
Well, Manus, who's the high priest of Morpheus, sees Gabrielle, sees that she doesn't fight to kill.
Right.
And they decide that she'd make a perfect wife for Morpheus.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the first one where we see that Xena and Gabrielle do have some type of connection. If they didn't, Xena wouldn't be able to enter Gabrielle's dream passage.
Right.
So that's the first one where you know that, hey, they may be a little more than buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily that they are by this point, which that's actually a question too. We'll get to that.
Next episode, Cradle of Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Where we have the little baby in the river. I'm trying to think what it was
pretty much the story of Moses in the Bible.
That one. That's what I was trying to think. I couldn't remember what it was.
It was Moses.
Okay. So yeah, they save a baby. That was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. This is where we have 2 of our first trick cat actors that show up in the show. We have Latham Gaines, and who makes 2 appearances in season 1, and then we have the one that plays the Oracle in the beginning of this episode. That also shows up again in season 1.
Oh yeah, I don't remember
She
what her
shows
name
up
is.
in Death in Chains. I don't know. I've got my note somewhere.
I don't know.
But yeah. But Latham Gaines shows up in 2 episodes in season 1. He shows up in, obviously, Cradle of Hope. And he shows up in Warrior Princess. He plays the guy that Princess Diana is supposed to be married to.
Oh, okay.
And then the Oracle that's in the beginning of of Cradle of Hope also shows up in Death and Chains. She's the lady that's calling out for water, and she tells Gabrielle that she died earlier today. And then we have
Path Not Taken.
Path Not Taken, which is one of the ones that kind of, for us personally, fell flat because neither of us care too much for Marcus.
Oh.
It's the one where Xena's having to pretend to be old Warlord Xena,
Right.
in order to save a princess from Mazentius.
Oh yeah, the princess that got kidnapped. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
How cliche. It's like a Mario video game.
We're
sorry, Xena. Your princess is in another castle. Good job. They'd be like, we're sorry, Xena. Your princess is in the Amazon village.
And then next episode, Reckoning, where we get introduced to
Ares.
First appearance of Kevin Smith.
Yay! Well, first appearance in Xena.
In Xena, yeah. And he was only in 2 episodes in this season, right? The Reckoning and Ties That Bind?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll
He
start
becomes
seeing more of
a
him.
recurring character.
We'll start seeing more of him, which is a good thing. 'Cause
And we see that he's not a jackass. You'll notice season 1, he's portrayed mostly as an asshole.
Yeah, but we'll be seeing more of him.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, because, we like Ares.
Yeah. The Reckoning's actually also one of the biggest bloopers probably in the Xena series, because of the fact that just because Xena makes the comment that, oh, I always wondered what you looked like.
Yeah.
But they've seen each other before, and they were, and he calls her his old girlfriend before, and we know that he doesn't date her in current Xena life, or current Xena timeline.
Uh-huh.
So, it's like, that's one of the big, whoa, so you know each other, or you don't know each other, or what the hell's going on?
No clue.
No clue.
No.
Then we go to the Titans,
Titans.
where Gabrielle, because she's seeking to show that she's, of worth to Xena.
She frees the Titans.
Yep.
Which was not a good thing to do.
No. It's also the first episode that we see any amount of jealousy over another relationship that the other one shares between Xena and Gabrielle. Mm-hmm. That's the one where Xena gets her feathers ruffled because Gabrielle's taking a nap with the monk guy. Xena's a way better dresser. I mean, she is.
Yeah.
Then we have our first crossover episode after that in Prometheus.
Prometheus, where we see Hercules and Iolaus.
Yes.
They have to free Prometheus, because he'd been captured by the gods.
But neither of them can strike with the sword, or they'll turn to ashes.
Right. Right.
It's the one where Lucy Lawless bounces off the mountain.
Yeah. You can see it shaking.
She felt the earth move under her feet. Then we've got Death and Change, which was another one of our favorite episodes. It's where we get introduced to Celesta for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's the episode where King Sisyphus has captured her.
Right.
And he's going to let her candle blow out, or go down.
Burn out.
Burn out, yeah. That's it. That's what I was trying to say.
Burn out, and then there will be no more death.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to die.
Which is also the first episode that we realized that death can die.
Right.
Which actually plays a huge part in one of the later episodes called Looking Death in the Eye.
Uh-huh.
Which is in season 5.
So I'm guessing you can't, just blow out her flame.
No.
Because if it was that easy, everybody probably trying to do it.
No. Well, and the candle, unless she's bound, the candle won't even burn down. The candle has to be in her hand.
Right. In order to stay lit, I guess, and not burn down.
Right.
But yeah, once she's captured, it just starts burning away.
And so that tidbit of information is going to be really important for you guys to hang on to. Right?
Okay.
Right.
All
Then
right.
we have Hooves and Harlots.
Hooves and Harlots, where we meet the Amazons.
Yay!
And this is where Gabrielle gets her rite of caste, where she becomes an Amazon in this episode.
Even though she doesn't realize what the rite of caste is.
Right, right.
She just takes it because she's like, okay, dying wish. Okay, I'll take it. I'll
yeah,
take it.
Yeah. So she didn't know what she was getting into.
No.
And this is also where we first meet Ephany.
I like Anthony.
Yeah, she's one of our favorite characters.
Played by Danielle Cormack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then next episode, or you got anything else on this one?
No, I ain't got none on it.
Okay, Black Wolf.
Look.
One of our low ones.
Is it even worth a mention? Somebody out there probably likes the Black Wolf.
Yeah.
So we won't discriminate. We'll talk Black Wolf. Xena runs into an old buddy that she knows. Mm-hmm. You know what? I actually do have something on Black Wolf. So we're gonna break it on down.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're not gonna break it down. I'm just gonna talk to you. I won't rap again. Not until Liar Liar Heart's on fire.
Okay.
Because you know I have to do the Xena rap.
Okay.
Okay. So, the Black Wolf.
Uh-huh.
Xena goes and she finds a friend of hers from back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Flora?
Huh?
Flora? Her name is Flora, right?
No,
No?
not the one I'm talking about.
Flora's mom?
Flora's mom. Very
Okay.
good, Liliana.
I'm all like, it's Flora. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. We meet Flora's mom, who tells Xena that her daughter has been captured. And Xena's known Flora since she was little, and you can tell because Xena says, "Oh, little Flora."
Right.
So here's the thing. Because of the lesbian subtext in Xena Warrior Princess, literally every female that crosses Xena's path, fans speculate that Xena was involved with them in a sexually romantic relationship.
No.
Everybody from Alti to Lao Ma to Cyan, Queen of the Amazons. It's... Dude. You know, do you bang everybody that you meet? It's like with Lao...
No.
Now, see, the Lao Ma thing bugs the crap out of me.
Uh-huh.
Because Lao Ma was her mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that Xena's never been with another female. I'm not saying that at all. And she very well could have had, you know, shiny, sparkly feelings for Lao Ma. I don't know. I wasn't there. But you can be joyful and happy with somebody and totally comfortable in their presence without being totally comfortable in their pants.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
She had great respect for Lao Ma as a teacher. The two people that I fall out with most is people saying that she had a relationship with Akemi
Mm-hmm.
in Friend in Need,
Right.
and that she had a relationship with Flora.
Right.
She treats both of them as children. If she had any sort of relationship with them, that would make Xena a child molester. Because she's in her... I mean, she's supposed to be somewhere in her late 20s, early 30s.
Right.
So, I mean, I know that like, the world was kind of whacked out in ancient times. It's still whacked out.
Yeah.
I don't view Xena as a molester.
No.
So, that's probably one of the only things I'll say about the Black Wolf. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is, is there any doubt that
Yeah, no.
that she was involved with Flora? And I'm like, yes. You know, but, I mean, I don't know what you guys think personally, but that's my opinion, and that's how I back it up.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, yeah. And, this is also the first episode where we meet Salmonius,
Oh, yeah.
who, you know, he comes back in later episodes. And then we have, Beware Greeks Bearing Gifts.
Salmonius actually comes back in one of my favorite episodes in season 2.
Okay, which
He
one?
does.
Which one?
Here she comes, Miss
Miss
Amphipolis.
That's what I thought.
I like that episode.
Yeah. Then we have Beware Greeks Bearing Gifts.
Which was one that kind of went wah, wah, for us. And it's where, you know, we go and we meet Helen of Troy, and we're in the Trojan War times.
And we meet Shorter Perdiccas.
Shorter Perdiccas.
Yeah.
And we got the little inside joke that, well, people change.
Yeah.
So we see that, you know, Gabrielle still has ooey gooey feelings for Perdiccas.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, we'll talk about that later. Because
Yeah. He
my
comes back.
gag reflex can't handle that right now. Then we skip to Athens City Academy of the Performing Bards, which is our first
Gabrielle filled episode.
Yep. It's actually it's the very first clip episode.
Right.
In the series. Clip episodes, I think we've talked about before, is where it's a filler episode pretty much. Like, Lucy Lawless was on vacation or injured or something.
Yeah.
And they fill it with past episodes and they build a story around those past episode clips.
Right.
Which in this case would be Gabrielle going to learn how to be a bard.
Mm-hmm.
Which she already is a bard, but
right.
She feels the need for further schooling, and here we go.
Yeah.
Fistful of Dinars is where we assemble the Avengers, and they go hunting for Sumerian treasure. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right.
Xena wants to find the treasure, so not necessarily for the treasure. Mm-hmm. She don't give a damn about the treasure. Key. She wants to get the Titan's key before the other two get it, because, it leads to Hall of Ambrosia.
Right.
So, she doesn't want, what's their names?
Petrocles,
the other one.
Oh, fuck.
I don't remember, but she doesn't want them, becoming gods.
You do remember.
No, the blonde-haired one. I can't remember his name now. But, yeah, she's trying to prevent them from getting a hold of the Titan's key and consuming the ambrosia and becoming gods.
You remember.
I do not remember. Thersites.
Yeah.
There you go.
I told you remembered.
Uh-huh.
Yay, yes.
So, yeah. And then, next episode, after Fistful, Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
Warrior, ... Princess.
Where we meet Xena's first double in the series. There are a total of 3 Xena doubles.
Princess Diana.
Not to be confused with Wonder Woman.
No. That's a different one.
That's a different one. Now, Lucy Lawless did go on to voice Wonder Woman for Justice League.
One of the animated?
Yeah. Justice League animated in 2008.
Uh-huh.
So if you guys haven't seen that, that is Lucy Lawless's voice.
Mm-hmm.
So she did get to play Princess Diana.
Yeah?
In 2 different forms.
Right?
Yay, Lucy.
Yay.
We meet her. Somebody's trying to kill her. Xena saves the day. Yay!
Yay!
Mortal Beloved, we see Marcus again.
Mm-hmm.
This we talked about was actually part of from my world, because Liliana gives me all the subtext stuff to do. This is actually the beginning of one of the subtext theories where they view it as a subtext arc. This episode, Royal Couple of Thieves, The Prodigal, and Altered States. It's actually viewed as the very first episode where we find out that Xena does have warm fuzzies for Gabrielle, but it is just a theory. There's nothing from the writers or producers to support or deny it. Right. So, you believe you, honey. That's fine.
Royal...
but...
okay, go ahead.
We didn't even talk about the episode. I was just talking about the subtext.
Oh, okay. I thought you were done.
We're
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Episode recaps.
I thought you were done. Go ahead. Finish.
So, Mortal Beloved, we see Marcus, who's dead. Adamantius has turned the underworld upside down. Good people are in Tartarus, and bad people are in the Elysian Fields. Mm-hmm. And Xena has to go to right.
Set it all right.
Yep. Royal Couple of Thieves. We meet Autolycus in the Xena verse for the first time.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell.
Who just had a signing at Dark Delicacies.
Which we were actually planning on attending, but
the children had school.
But it fell through. But, oh man. I saw a picture on the Dark Delicacies page, man, outside of the store. It was packed. I guess there was over 400 people there.
Yeah. Now, see, usually we'll go to, Dark Delicacies for Amber Benson's book signings.
Yeah.
There's never that many people.
I've gotten there a few times for, Buffy people signing.
Yeah, because they had Claire Kramer there.
I went there for Claire Kramer, Camden Toy.
I love Camden Toy.
Amber.
He gives the best hugs.
Yeah, he does. I mean, Amber, I've seen her numerous times there.
Yeah. Me too. Throughout life.
And, yeah.
No, not at Dark Delicacies, but just throughout life.
So, but I mean, it's a nice little bookstore.
Yeah.
So, if you're ever in the Burbank area, Burbank, California, you should visit Dark Delicacies.
Go see Del. He has his own Funko Pop.
He does.
And he is the coolest guy.
He is.
Go see Del.
Yeah.
Del Howison. Tell him we sent you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. He'll be like, who?
No, he won't. He plays Words with Friends with me.
Does he? I haven't played that in so long.
I know.
Oh, okay. Anyways, where were we?
But I won the last game.
Royal Couple of Thieves.
Couple of Thieves. Xena and Gabrielle need help from Autolycus to steal the Ark of the Covenant.
Right. That's pretty much it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has to return it to her friends.
Well, Autolycus poses as Centaries, who we find out also knows pressure points just like Xena.
Right.
Which is kind of scary when you're in a fight with somebody like that.
Yeah, it is. And the Prodigal.
Which is another Gabrielle-centric episode.
Right.
Where she's frozen while she and Xena are fighting some thugs. And she decides she's going to go to Podadia to find out what her path in life should be.
Right.
And ultimately, she decides to rejoin Xena. And we got Altered States, which is basically the story of Abraham and Isaac.
Right.
They even threw in Male, which is Carl Urban's first appearance. In Xena, he's another one of the Trick Hat actors. He played Male, and he plays Core and Caesar.
And the one that he's most known for, Caesar.
Is Julius Caesar, yeah. And Cupid.
Yeah, Cupid.
And then we have... That's actually the first episode that the thought of one god is brought up. Because Xena and Gabrielle are like, one god?
Yeah.
Really? And then we have the Ties That Bind.
Ties That Bind.
Where Xena has daddy issues.
This is the second episode of the season with Kevin Smith as Ares. And he's pretty much pretending to be Xena's father in order to lure her back into his wicked ways, I guess.
This is also the first episode we talked about where Ares realizes for the first time how strong of a hold Gabrielle has over Xena. Which we'll talk about that a little bit later too.
Then we have The Greater Good, which is the first episode where Xena dies. It's one of our favorite episodes. Yes?
Not because Xena dies.
No, not at all.
It's one of the first episodes where we see where we see Argo and Gabrielle bond.
Right.
Which is nice. It's one of the first episodes where we see that Gabrielle can actually kick butt. And that she doesn't need any help.
Yeah.
I mean, she still needs help. But...
Yeah. This is the one where Xena gets shot with a poison dart, and she doesn't know who did it. And
it was originally supposed to be the finale episode for season 1.
That's
right. It was supposed to be our cliffhanger episode.
Right.
But Xena comes back and all is right with the world.
And then we have Callisto.
Which introduces us to Hudson Like.
And this is also where we get introduced to Joxer. Played by Ted Raimi.
Yeah.
So this episode introduced 2 of your least favorite characters.
It did. Do you want to know how I felt about that, Liliana?
How?
I dislike both Callisto and I dislike Joxer. Joxer had some moments.
Yeah.
You know? Did. Callisto was just a bitch. She actually... I think I realized why I don't like her.
Why is that?
She reminded me of... Get this. She reminded me of a friend of mine from high school.
Okay.
So much.
And
I despised the person in high school. It was one of those that you were just buddies with them because mommy and daddy expected you to be buddies with them because they were buddies with their parents. And I hated that chick, and I swear she's Callisto reincarnated. So anyway.
Alright.
We realized that Callisto was the one that shot Xena with a poison dart, and she's been going around killing people, including women and children, which was against Xena's code.
Right.
And calling herself Xena.
Yeah. So, and, we find out that,
Xena made her.
Her army burned down, I guess, one of the villages.
Sura.
Sura. And Xena says that was the one time where her army was responsible for deaths of women and children.
Yeah. And we find out that Callisto's
lost her family.
Mother, father, and her sister.
And her sister. Right. All died in the fire.
Right. And Callisto will go on to be a recurring character, as will Joxer.
Yeah.
As it goes on, regardless of whether I like it or not. Then we have Death Mask.
Death Mask.
Which fell flat for both of us.
Right.
I don't even think we gave it a full chakram. Did we?
I think I did. I think you only gave it like a half.
Yeah.
Or a quarter or something.
Being generous.
Yeah. This is where we meet Big Brother, Taurus.
Which was the only episode he was in, thankfully.
Right. So.
It was also where we find out that there's a slight bit of an oops, because in Hercules, when Xena was on for the original Warrior Princess trilogy, she tells Iolaus that her 3 brothers were killed. Well, we find out in this episode there's only 2. There's Taurus and there's Lycius. And Lycius was given a name in The Greater Good.
Yeah.
We didn't know his name until The Greater Good. Right.
And then...
But that's where Xena finally gets... comes across Cortez, who we learned is the person that shaped her into what she became.
Yeah, and he was pretty much responsible for the reason why Lycius, died.
Yeah. And then we have the season finale. Is there a doctor in the house? Mm-hmm. Where Gabrielle dies for the first time.
Right. And
broke my heart all over the place.
This is where you see Xena for the first time, like, really get emotional. Yeah. Breaks down. Yeah. So.
Because they're going in the middle of a civil war between the Thessalians
and the Matoans.
And Gabrielle gets caught in the crossfires, going out to save somebody's kid.
Right.
And we don't know what happens to her.
No.
But she dies, and Xena invents CPR on the fly. And brings her back.
Right.
Yay!
And this is also the second episode where we see Effany.
Yeah, who's pregnant.
With little centaur baby.
Xenon.
But see, we don't know his name's Xenon in this one yet.
No.
So later episode, we find out that she named him Xenon.
What episode?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember.
Tell me.
I don't remember.
Tell me.
I don't remember.
Tell me what episode.
I don't remember.
Tell me, Liliana. Tell me.
I don't remember.
Well, I just gave you a huge hint.
It's one of the later episodes.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
Maternal Instinct.
Is it that one?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was earlier than that one.
No, it's Maternal Instincts.
And
it's the one right before the musical episode.
Okay.
First musical episode.
So, and yeah, that's
it. Season 1 recapping.
24 episodes.
We have questions. We asked for questions really badly. Gave you guys multiple platforms to reach out to us on. Mm-hmm. And you guys didn't disappoint us.
No,
we knew you wouldn't.
No.
So, we start out with... So some of you guys, I'm glad you didn't give me, names. A lot of you guys gave us, what you wanted us to call you.
Yeah.
So, that's what I did. If you signed your question with something, that's what I put on.
Okay.
Okay? So we got Grayson the Love God, who sent us an email. His first question to us was, when does Xena and Gabrielle become a couple in your mind? So, Liliana, we'll start with you.
Why?
Because you're prettier.
No. I can never, pinpoint an episode, because that's, I don't know.
But you're sure that they are.
That's a hard one for me to answer. 'Cause, yeah, I'm sure that they are. And I know it happens in season 1, but exactly where, I'm not so sure.
You know it happens in season 1?
Yeah. Because I think by the end, they're got the fuzzies for each other there.
I would disagree.
Okay. Of course you would.
I would.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I disagree. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, why? You answer it now.
Well, I'm not saying they don't have the warm fuzzies for each other in season 1.
Uh-huh.
I think they're still in the flirt stage. It's
Okay.
when you're interested in somebody, and especially if it's somebody that you're around all the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody that's, been around for 31 years. you have this thing, if you're just buds with somebody, where you flirt continuously, all the time. It's like flirt, one of you screws up, there's like a big rift, and then you get back together. So, I would tend to think that they're in the flirting stages in season 1.
Yeah.
I don't think that they become an actual couple until the episode Intimate Stranger in season 2. Because obviously, if you guys know anything about, like, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is one of our favorite shows, when a vampire decides to bite somebody, which is essentially what Gabrielle is, she's a vampire, she's a Bacchae, which in Greek mythology is their version of vampires, right? When a vampire bites somebody, according to vampiric lore, that's actually covered in the Checkpoint episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they bite somebody that they are sexually attracted to, or physically attracted to.
Okay.
Because it's a way of substituting their hunger for that person by biting them.
Okay.
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 Lillian is looking at me like, huh. Really? So I think that that's the first episode that actually channeled that the desire for the other was twofold. You know, it wasn't just from Xena, because we see continuously throughout season 1 that Xena has warm fuzzies for Gabrielle, but it looks like Gabrielle's just oblivious to it. But you can still see that she also has warm fuzzies for Xena, but she's not as expressive about it.
Right.
But in my opinion, Girls Just Want to Have Fun would be the first episode where we see that want from Gabrielle too. And then we had like the brain fart episode right in the middle where she married Perdiccas anyway. And we'll talk about that when we get there. But I think the episode Intimate Stranger would be when they are officially a couple. Because you can listen to some of the vocal cues in that episode where, like, for example, you have Gabrielle tell Xena, because Callisto's trapped in Xena's body, or Xena's trapped in Callisto's body.
Right.
You can have you hear Gabrielle saying stuff like, "The person that I hate the most in the body of the person that I love the most."
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, which we'll talk about that when we get to the episode. But I tend to think that the episode Intimate Strangers sets the tone. And you're not sure which episode you think for season 1? Just know for sure that it's season 1?
I don't know. I think they start, like, realizing that they, you know, have a thing for the other one, but are not so sure. So, maybe not in season 1. Then I'm, like, really thinking about it. I think they start to feel...
there's definitely subtext in season 1.
Well, yeah.
Which I didn't see until you said, hey, you have subtext. And I was like, okay.
But yeah, I mean, now that I'm, like, really thinking about it, I think that they start.
Now tell them honestly, it's just because I laid it out the way that I did, isn't it? I'm just kidding.
I don't... No, because I just started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I think they start, you know, realizing certain feelings. Next question?
Next question.
Yes?
Still from Grace and the Love God. He sent 2.
Okay.
A lot of you guys sent more than 1.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. We like that. He also asked, what do you think of people that say Xena is like a mom or sister to Gabrielle?
Oh my god.
So this is how I'm going to sum that one up.
Go for it.
Do you want to take a bath with your mama?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's your answer.
Because I don't want to take one with my mama.
No.
Because that's just like...
Yeah. No, do you...
Or my
yeah.
child.
Do you want to go swimming in the lake for fish, both in the nude with your mom or child? No.
Or your sibling?
Yeah, no.
That's just odd. And I think actually Lucy Lawless said it best. There's a quote from Lucy Lawless. I'll have to find it, but I actually found a source on it. But it was said at one of the conventions because somebody was like, you know, what do you think their relationship was? Do you think they were involved, or do you think that, you know, Xena just viewed her as a child, somebody she had to take care of, or more like her sister? And because you know that they call each other family.
Right.
Well, there's 2 types of family.
Yeah.
There's the family you're born into, and there's the family that you make.
Right.
And Lucy Lawless, you know, put it very bluntly. She said, well, by the end of the series, they were sleeping with each other with nothing on, so I wouldn't sleep with my children or my parents like that.
No.
So that's my thing. So that would be the way that I would handle it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're totally cool climbing in bed with your mom when both of you are naked?
Yeah, no.
Or bathing with her or whatever?
No, so yeah.
That would be my advice to Grayson the Love God.
Yeah.
So now we've got Callisto's Rage, who sent us an email also. And she asks, is Xena really Greek? Which is funny because you actually asked me this question as well.
I saw, I forgot where it was, but someone had commented that they thought Xena was not Greek, which, I mean, I don't agree with because I think she is Greek. Mm-hmm. But they had commented saying that she was Bulgarian. Well, like...
And the reason that they said that was because the theme song is... Mm-hmm. It's actually a Bulgarian song called Karosferi.
I don't know.
It's, yeah. The theme song is in Bulgarian.
Yeah.
However, Xena, yes, is Greek. She was born in Amphipolis. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's where they were habitated at. Just because the theme song's in one language doesn't mean that, she's from Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Now, Boreas was Hungarian.
Uh-huh.
But she went all, when she was conquering all of the known world.
She was all over the place.
She was all over the place.
Yeah.
But no, she was born in Greece. She is Greek. Even Cyrene was born in Greece.
Yeah.
So, no, she's Greek.
Yeah.
What is each of your favorite season 1 episodes? Callisto's Rage also asks.
Yeah. Well, we kind of answered that. There's a wrap-up of each season. Mm-hmm. Sins of the Past, Greater Good,
Season 1.
Huh?
Which is our favorite episode.
Favorite one?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's hard.
I know mine. Mine's Is There a Doctor in the House?
Oh, I know that one's yours.
Because that's my favorite non-musical episode.
Yeah. I had to pick one. That's a toss-up between Hooves and Harlots and Is There a Doctor in the House?
Because of Effany or what?
Oh, yeah, she's in both of them, huh?
Yeah.
No, but... yeah, I don't know which one. It's a toss-up between those two.
Then we also have from Callisto's Rage, are you a Xena or a Gabrielle?
Oh.
So, Liliana, are you a Xena or a Gabrielle?
I don't know.
I'm guessing she's talking about personality type?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Are you a hero or a sidekick? Are you a warrior or a bard?
Neither.
Are you a warrior princess or an Amazon queen?
I think I'd rather be an Amazon.
You'd rather be an Amazon? So you're a Gabrielle, you're a sidekick?
Yeah, okay.
Are you a bard?
Would that make you the Xena?
Do you tell stories? Are you a bard?
No, that's you.
I'm not a bard.
You're the storyteller. You're the writer. So yes, you are the bard.
But I'm also the one out of us that will throw down and kick butt if I need to.
We'll Hulk out.
And with the medical skills.
Uh-huh. So you're both.
No. I don't know. I don't know. That's a kind of cool question.
Uh-huh.
I like that one. I don't know the answer to it.
Me neither. So,
Well, if you go with Gabrielle, I'll go with Xena. That way we got one out of each of us.
Okay.
Xena told stories, though. She was very good at recounting things that happened, because she was able to tell Gabrielle, the stories that kept Gabrielle entranced, which is a hard feat when you're somebody that tells stories or writes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I will point out here, though, that the entire series, everything that we watch, was written by Gabrielle. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but the whole show was written by Gabrielle.
Okay.
True story. Did you know that? Did you pick that up?
No.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Because Gabrielle, throughout her whole thing with Xena, her whole travels with Xena, is writing the scrolls.
Writing everything down.
And there's a nod to it in the episode The Xena Scrolls.
Right.
And there's a nod to it in the final season when they find the account of... Because, remember, Joxer bids on...
Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got
it.
Yeah,
so Gabrielle's actually...
Chronicling
the entire series. So this is everything that's happened from her point of view. Which also explains, like, the clip episodes that are Gabrielle-centric, because we see them from Gabrielle's point of view,
right,
but not Xena's point of view.
Okay.
Okay. Who's next? Xenite for Life. Submitted, let's see. Oh, she gave us each 2 questions.
Oh.
She asked me, Trista, this is the one that wanted to put me in her pocket. I was like, okay, I mean, I might suffocate a little bit, but that's fine.
Your pocket size?
Apparently. I didn't know that. Reminds me of 10th Kingdom.
The 10th Kingdom.
I think she'd put us in a matchbox.
In her pocket.
And put us in her pocket.
That's ridiculous. Where are all the matches? If you haven't watched 10th Kingdom, you really should.
Watch it.
Anyways.
So, she asked me, what do you think... not what? Wow, what? No, who do you think Xena's father really is? I'm going to be honest, guys. I think it's Ares.
Okay.
I do.
Well,
That's why I think that Xena has the strength that she has. I do think that she's half god. But, half god, there's always that pesky half mortal side that you gotta kick out. I think that's why she's able to die. But if you'll also notice the way that she stayed completely dead was after she was beheaded. Mm-hmm. Because that's how you deftly cut off somebody that's immortal, is you chop their heads off.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah.
And then they also asked when she, I'm not entirely sure what kind it is. When did you first realize that Xena and Gabby were more than friends? Somewhere in the 3rd watch through, and Liliana literally takes me by the back of the head and shoves my face in the direction of the TV and says, Look at that! Look at that! So, I'll be honest, the first time that I watched it through, I realized there may be a little something going on in A Friend in Need Part 2. That's when I first discovered there was something. I didn't know what!
Yeah.
But I knew there was something. As far as now, when I think they became a they, I answered that already. Intimate stranger.
Okay.
And this one, Xenite for Life, also asked Liliana, how do you feel about the way the Livia storyline was done?
Oh, I'm not sure. Huh. I think because she's, badass warrior for Rome.
Well, she was a baby.
Yeah. But,
because they say Livia.
Livia.
So when she started...
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they're talking about the arc or just the whole... Just it as a whole.
I don't know.
How do you feel about Xena's baby being snatched from her for so long?
That was crazy. That was ridiculous. Jeez. I mean, well, Xena couldn't really control it because, frozen for 25 years.
Yeah.
But the fact that...
How do you feel about that, though? How do you feel about the frozen for 25 years thing?
I think that was crazy. How can you be frozen for 25 years and then just come back?
You're Walt Disney.
I mean, how is that possible? I don't, that's, no.
Okay, so you were saying about the badass warrior and...
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, in like one split moment, she goes from wanting to kill everything in sight to being a force for love. I don't know how I feel about that sudden switch right there. That all of a sudden she just, forgot everything. Not forgot, but just switched like that.
She didn't forget.
No, she didn't forget. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
See, to me, which I know it's not my question, it's yours.
That's okay. Go ahead.
But my opinion, and I'm not gonna give my feedback on how I feel about the whole thing, because that was your question. But I am gonna throw out that I think they did that almost as a play on the whole Christian salvation thing, because with having the light from Levi coming down, Levi, whatever the hell his name is.
Eli.
I don't like him either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eli. You meant what I knew.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously know that. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. I was trying to mush everything together. Livia, Eve, and Eli.
I got it.
That's why. But when you have the light from Eli come down, Eli is all obviously this Jesus Christ figure.
Right.
And the Christian church teaches, like, not Catholic so much, but the Christian church teaches that Jesus Christ is the way to salvation. Mm-hmm. And once you're saved by Jesus, you turn away from all the sinful ways of your past.
From all the bad.
Yeah, and I think that's almost what they were trying to portray, because Xena was the first show that blended any religion, because they blended Greek mythology and Christian belief and Hinduism. So, yeah. And also Hebrew.
Yeah.
Or Jewish belief. But
yeah, I mean...
But I think that's why. So you don't like the way they did the storyline?
Well, I mean, I do. You have
butt face.
I just don't see her switching sides, I guess, that quickly like that. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's the only problem with that storyline that I had a problem with.
But her mom did that.
Yeah. But she still fought after that. Because after Livia, Eve, whatever, turns to the light, I mean, she won't even pick up a sword.
Yeah. Well, she does.
She does, but she's more like, okay, whatever happens, happens. But she's not, like Xena's always ready to fight. Always ready, but she was just there, as the messenger of love. Is that what it was? So, I don't know.
In the name of Eli, in all the powers of heaven. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, and Liliana, also from Xenite for Life. What do you feel was the biggest slap in the face to the fans in the Xena series as someone who watched it as it originally aired?
The series finale, where, Xena loses her head. I think that was the biggest slap to the fans. Yeah, they could have done it differently. But yeah, I think that was the biggest slap. Was her losing her head.
That's your final answer?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the biggest slap right there. Because fans wanted like closure between Xena and Gabrielle. And, well, with Xena losing her head, there was no closure there. So yeah, that was the biggest slap.
They were set up. Fans were actually set up and never going to get closure.
Right.
For that relationship anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because of Universal Studios television. Because they laid it on the line in their contract when season 1 aired, that if there was ever, because obviously the LGBT community, once they saw these two women that there was clearly a relationship between, they started pushing for more. But Universal Television
wasn't having it.
No, they threw it in the contract and made Rob Tappert sign it. Look, if you still want this series to continue, if there is any type of consummation between Xena and Gabrielle shown, then we'll pull it from the air, your viewings will decrease, and that'll be it. Mm-hmm. So, that's why they were finally able to get in their last little nod in the final episode, because it's like, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
And at that point in time, when the final episode aired, Disney, who owns Universal Studios, had taken a pretty hard stance in favor of the LGBT community and was one of their largest backers. So they were kind of chill with it at that point in time.
Yeah.
So from Facebook, Olivia Checkley asks, if Xena could cross over with anything, TV shows, video games, etc., what would you guys pick? Well, I had two instantly.
Zelda.
I'm like, Legend of Zelda! It's video games.
Right.
And then TV series, I'm like, ooh, Winona Earp.
Winona Earp.
Xena should be on Winona Earp. Not as Mama Earp.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm chill with Lucy Lawless being Mama Earp.
Oh,
I'm totally good with that.
Fans were all...
Winona's mom could be Xena. Winona could be the love child between Xena and Gabrielle.
Okay.
She could.
Okay.
No? Okay.
All right. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fans that are all like, Lucy Lawless should be Mama Earp. I think she like tweeted that she was up for it. So, yeah, that would be kind of cool.
She's gonna have to work on her southern accent.
Yeah, that's one of our new favorite series. Yeah. Is Winona Earp. So.
Hey, Lucy Lawless, I can voice coach. I can voice coach for Southern. I can teach you how to drawl. So, yeah. I also threw it. I was like, oh, Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
So I'm like, you should go in there, like, Meredith Grade she'd just, like, put the pinch on somebody. Here, do what you need to do now.
Yeah.
Why are you sticking them with needles? Just go. They won't feel a thing.
Uh-huh. Pressure points.
You're like, what the hell are you doing? Dr. Bailey, get the hell out of my hospital.
Right?
And what TV shows do you think? Or video games do you think?
I don't know.
You're a God of War fan.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Xenon God of War?
Yeah.
Video game?
Yeah. That'll work. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
What about TV shows?
I don't know.
Do you want Xenon the Walking Dead? You're like, this is enough of this.
Just throw her chakram at all of them and just decapitate them all. But, I don't know as far as TV series or show. I'll have to think about that.
Olivia Checkley also asked, this is Warrior and Bard on Twitter. So we've mentioned her before.
Right.
She asked if we have a favorite season. Mine is season 3. I really like what they did with season 3. I'm actually a toss-up between season 3 and season 5.
Yeah. I can never, not just with Xena, but any series, I can never, pick, a favorite season. I just like the whole thing.
Liliana more so remembers the ride. She remembers, the emotions, the way that it makes her feel.
Okay.
You do.
Okay.
Oh, she's like, oh, I like this show. Oh, what's your favorite episode? I don't know. I just like the series.
Yeah.
I just like the episode.
Yeah, it's fine. It's with
with
anything.
Well, what's your favorite part? Oh, I don't know. Who's your favorite singer? Who's your favorite band? I don't know. I like too many.
Yeah.
But so she more so enjoys the experience, and I tend to take it apart, I guess.
Yeah, you do. But I like all of them. I don't know if I have a favorite. They're all my favorite.
They're all your favorite?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have a tie. You can have, a
one of yours
tie.
Okay.
Well, mine's definitely 3 and 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so we got another email from Aries' mistress asking what projects aside from the podcast, for example, writing, making things, music, etc., do you do for fun? And what is your favorite and why? Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, you. You make stuff.
I was gonna say I take care of the kids.
She does that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've mentioned it before. I make custom-made bracelets and stuff, and I'll paint or draw sometimes, which I haven't really done in a while.
Yeah.
But I actually do have this one painting that I started years and years ago. I think it was 97 that I never finished. I've actually been thinking about that the last couple of weeks. I'm like, I should finish that. And I'm thinking, I want to have to match up the paints and everything. But it was a Xena painting that I did that I never finished. It was actually
the one with the lightning in the background?
Yeah, it was actually off of one of the comic books. So I've been thinking about, I should finish that, 20 years later.
Do it.
And I do have some Xena drawings that I did when I was younger, but I don't know where they're at. They might still be at my mom's somewhere, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to check when I go visit next time. But I mean, I draw on occasion.
So what are you most proudest of?
I did this one drawing of these two pandas.
Uh-huh.
When I was younger. That's my favorite thing that I've drawn. The one that I'm most proud of. It's really cute.
The one you did in fountain pen?
Yeah. So.
It's really cool. She's really good.
Sometimes.
She actually has been working on this milk can, because, she grew up on a dairy.
Oh, yeah. I need to finish that.
She's working on this milk can, and she texture painted it, with, like, the sand feel, so it looks almost like stone.
Yeah.
And she's painting a vineyard
scene on it.
But it's going to be really cool when she's done.
Yeah, I need to finish that. Been working on it for a while, but we keep doing other stuff. And
yeah.
So,
like
yeah.
The podcast.
I gotta
children.
finish that. I was actually thinking that because we have, like, I got, like, other milk cans in the garage that I'm going to paint. I was actually thinking of taking one and doing, like, something Xena on it. I was thinking about that. We'll see. Yeah.
Do it.
So, you.
Oh.
So long list.
Full time.
Long list of stuff.
Oh. Let's see. Well, we're currently in football season for the middle boy.
Right.
And then we'll be in soccer season for the youngest boy.
And middle boy.
Oh. And we're going to have to split ourselves in fours. But aside from that, I write.
Mm-hmm.
I've done voiceover work before.
Uh-huh.
I used to act. Now I just act like a fool.
No, you don't.
But the podcast, I'm pretty proud of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm actually in a Xena fanfiction contest right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got, like, 7 different stories going.
That they want you to write, yeah.
Yeah. But they have to be published first, so as I'm getting a good chunk of them completed,
right,
I'm putting them on the website. There, I've got Melodia Music Capital of Love. On there, and I've got also, Moving On.
I think so.
Moving On, which is set in the Amazon village. They are Xena and Gabrielle pairing. They are not appropriate for tiny humans. They'll eventually not be. I'm having a really hard time writing sex scenes.
I know.
Like, really hard time writing sex scenes. But I actually, what I'm most proudest of, there's a screenplay that popped in my mind on my last flight back from Georgia. It's tentatively called Humble Pie.
Humble Pie?
Humble Pie. But I wrote it with the cast in mind. Like, I wanted to get Renee O'Connor to kind of take lead point. And hopefully Amber Benson to take supporting point and just kind of make a little independent film out of it. But essentially, it's Renee O'Connor's character in my head. I mean, it may not turn out being Renee O'Connor. She may just say, no. But her character, after like 10 years of marriage, finds out that her husband's been screwing around with her best friend for 11 years.
Okay.
Behind her back.
Yeah.
So she comes home one day and she finds all of her stuff thrown out on the lawn. And she's a very passive person, and he tells her that, he's done, and she's been kicked out of the house. And so she goes to her sister and kind of, she tells her sister what's happening, and her sister's very much so not passive. Her sister's like batshit crazy.
Ready to kick ass.
So they come up with these schemes to get even with the main character's soon-to-be ex-husband. Yeah. Like, they put Nair in his shampoo bottle, which is a nod to me. I washed my hair with Nair one time, right before I moved out here.
She called me freaking out. What did you do?
I was still living in Georgia, and I was like, oh my god, why is this not lathering up? And I, emptied almost an entire bottle, trying to lather my hair up.
How could you not smell that? It's got a distinct smell to it.
My nose was stopped up.
Oh, okay.
At the time. Don't you remember? That was when I was so sick I didn't have a voice.
Okay.
But it wouldn't lather, and I didn't have my glasses on. I can't see without my glasses. So I'm like, oh my god, why is this not working? And then I grabbed the bottle and put it right in my face, and I was like, oh fuck!
She was freaking out. Like, oh my god, my hair's all gonna fall out. I mean, she was legit freaking out.
Well, I already been bald-headed one time because of cancer.
Yeah.
You know,
but,
I don't want to be bald again.
No. But luckily, you know, you were good.
Okay.
You got it out in time.
I did. But that was like the scariest thing ever happened to me. But anyway, in my screenplay that I'm working on, that's one of the pranks they pull, and then like filling up a super soaker water gun with grape juice and shooting his white Italian suit. That's the other thing. But I don't know. I'm gonna see how that flies. If I can actually get that made, then I'll be really happy about it.
You also have that one that just won. Mm-hmm. What is it?
For Penguin.
Penguin.
Yeah, I won a short story contest for Penguin Books. I'm gonna novelize it, because that's part of the thing with Penguin. I get to novelize it and get it critiqued and everything, and if it's good, they'll publish the novel. Mm-hmm. But it's called Evelyn Asher Goblin Reaper. Mm-hmm. And it's about this 86-year-old woman that's essentially like a slayer, pretty much. She goes and she fights like supernatural things, and her granddaughter, you know, is by her side, making sure she takes like her medications on time and and all this other stuff. But it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's me. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah.
She also asked, would we ever consider doing voiceover for a Xena radio show of the series?
Ooh.
I did that with Buffy.
Yeah?
I did voiceover for that. I'd be down with it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
Okay, we're down for that.
We're down for that. Make it happen. Somebody put a Xena radio show together.
Do it.
I can do a plethora of voices. Whatever you need.
Uh-huh.
We got you. I can't do dude, though. I don't have dude voice. So I'm out of the running for Aries. Got it?
Okay.
Got it. She also asked, this is still Aries' mistress, when do you think Gabrielle's character started changing towards the Gabrielle at the end of the series? So what do you think? When do you think that would...
I think it's when she started kicking butt.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, what was it? Greater Good? Wasn't there an episode before that she...
There were quite a few episodes
I think this one was the one where we first see her just, like, knock a bunch of, soldiers out. Not soldiers. Warriors. Isn't it?
Yeah.
But, yeah. What do you think?
Well, I mean, in, Ties That Bind, we see her kicking butt, too, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't remember.
We see her kicking Xena's army's butt. Remember?
Okay.
When Xena yells, take the village.
Yeah.
And all the soldiers are rushing. Because she's fighting.
Yeah, she is.
And then she's got balls enough to stand up to Xena.
Right. Yeah.
So you think Greater Good?
Yeah, I think so.
I tend to think, like, Return of Callisto.
Okay.
Because that's when she really comes face to face with the harshness of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's more than just her being a skilled fighter. That's the first step. Because after that episode, she's noticeably mellowed out.
Yeah.
She's not as bouncy and carefree as she was.
Right.
You know, before that episode
came
along. And most of that is because which I'll talk more about this too. But even though, in a later podcast, but even though she marries Perdiccas, I don't think she feels romantically for Perdiccas.
No, I don't think that either.
Because she actually isn't going to marry him at first.
No, she's not.
And because Gabrielle's very, very compassionate, and she sees him pretty much breaking down, she decides to marry him.
Right.
So I think that that's not going to say that she doesn't care about him at all.
Yeah.
You know, because they grew up together. You're gonna develop some sort of of feelings and some sort of love for the people you grow up with. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be romantic.
Right.
But, like, one of my best friends that I grew up with, he and I, you know, we've buddied up for years. I have no romantic interest in him at all. But it was one of those things, if we weren't married by the time we were 30, we were just going to shack up and have kids and whatever. But he's an awesome guy, and if anything ever happened to him, I would be hell-bent on getting vengeance on whoever did something to him, you know?
Yeah.
So, I think that's kind of where she's brought face-to-face with everything that she stands for to Xena. Mm-hmm. You know, as far as the not acting out of vengeance. Not because she takes a hard stance in Ties That Bind against Xena, because Xena's wanting to exact vengeance on the
village.
The village.
Right.
And it's when she's, you know, and then in Return of Callisto, Gabrielle's decided that, you know, she wants revenge on Callisto.
Right.
Because Callisto killed Perdiccas.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
I also don't think she had any warm fluffies for him because, you know, she moved right on.
Yeah, I never hear about him again.
Yeah,
well,
we
do. Yeah.
We do.
But it's just
like, eh.
Yeah. He was easily forgotten.
Yeah. Because, you know, she bites Xena in the next episode. But anyway, I think Return of Callisto.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
But it makes sense what you're saying, too, though, about the fighting.
Uh-huh.
But in Return of Callisto, she already knows how to fight. And she's understood she knows how to fight.
Right.
At that point, it's then, you know, teach me how to kill.
Yeah.
It's not just fight anymore. It's teach me how to kill.
Right. Okay.
That's me.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Anastasia Weatherspoon asks, what would Xena's life be like if she's in animation form and she lives in a modern world? And she said she has an idea of calling it Xena Modern Princess. And what do we think?
Huh. I think that'd be kind of cool, having a animated Xena.
I do too. One that's good quality.
Yeah.
Because Battle for Mount Olympus was...
Oh, that was... Yeah.
It was a Xena don't.
Yeah, but if it's, like, good quality...
Yeah.
Now, modern time,
I'd call her Xena the Fucktard Slayer. She would go and, like, exact revenge on the White House. Like, in my head. I'm serious.
Yeah, I know.
She'd go, like... She'd be all, like, walking up the White House, knocking out the guards.
Yeah.
Getting in
security.
there. Oh, look, mango! Slice!
That's funny.
No, I like the idea.
Yeah.
Though, of having a good quality animated one.
Yeah.
And there's no reason there couldn't be. With as much technology as is available at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it look almost like
Lucy
and Renee. Yeah. Because they have the facial sensors now that you can put on at the highs and the low contours of their faces that map their facing out.
Yeah, it can be done really good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think you should make that happen, Anastasia. I do. But I like Xena Modern Princess, too.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So, they do an animated one. Yeah. Lucy and Renee. Gotta do the voiceover.
Yeah. I think, as far as what her life would be like in that animated series, I think that she would probably be stunted with the advancements in technology.
Yeah.
Because she was, like, hella impressed with pizza and, like, a running bathroom and sending the clones.
Right?
So, I think it would be, like, culture shock.
Yeah, it would be. So, that would be interesting to see.
Yeah. And our final questions come from Miss Robin Godfrey. Mm-hmm. She asked, what is your prep process before doing an episode? That's question number 1.
Uh-huh.
She also asked, what do we think are the best and worst moments of season 1? And then she asked if we're going to the Xenite retreat.
So,
Xenite retreat, let's start with that. We are not going this year.
We were hoping to be able to go.
Hoping to, but like the kids are in school.
Yeah. So
can't exactly find
maybe the next one.
We're hoping for the next one, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to go out on a limb and say definitely the next one.
Yeah.
Because I think I've got a sitter all lined up for the next one.
Yeah. So, I mean, if things turn out differently, then this one coming up, possibly.
Yeah.
But if not, the next one for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah. So, we're working on that.
We are.
Yeah.
Because we would love to be able to podcast live.
Right.
From the retreat.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
We had actually talked about that,
yeah.
and I told Tristan, well, like, dude, if we go to the retreat, we should do, like, a podcast from there, and...
It would be really cool to get other fans
yeah.
on
yeah,
the show.
So we thought that...
Like
I thought that was a good idea, and I had told you about it. I'm like, we should totally do that if we end up going.
Yeah. So...
But
hopefully things will change and work out in our favor so that we can. But if not, definitely next year.
Yeah.
So as far as our prep process before doing an episode,
we rewatch the episode.
We do. Usually the night before or the day of if the kids are in school.
We'll usually watch the episode and then record right after.
Yeah.
While everything's still fresh in our heads.
Every now and then, Liliana will nod off or I'll nod off or we won't be feeling good and we'll just get the episode watched so that it's done and we can launch straight into recording.
Yeah.
But there's no bells and whistles. It's literally just we sit on the bed with the cats and we have our mic there and it's connected to Audacity and we talk at you.
Yeah.
As far as our prep process, I don't know what Liliana does, but when I know we have episodes coming up that I've got to work on, I usually will spend about 2 weeks doing research.
Jeez.
On the episode. I'll usually research for like little known stuff about the episode, or I'll hit usually over 400 and some odd websites for subtext. Yeah. Why? What?
Well, with me, anytime I find something out, I'll like mention it to Tristan. She's like, "Oh yeah, I know. I got that in my notes." And I'm all like, "Why do I even bother?" Because anything that I find out or dig up, Trista already has it. So I'm just like,
yeah, but you're
okay.
50% of the podcast, so that's good.
But whatever I happen to dig up or find out, you already know all that. You've already dug all that up.
Yeah, but it's not about me, it's about them.
So I'm just like, okay, what? All right.
See, here's the thing. Half of the prep time is gearing Liliana up to be able to talk to people. She's shy by nature, which actually, Aries' mistress said that out of the two of us, Liliana's her favorite. Because Liliana's the most like her.
Okay.
Or she's like Liliana more because Liliana's really shy, and as far as talking goes, she gets nervous. That's why usually I'm the one that babbles the most. But no, like when you find stuff, I try and let you kick it out.
Uh-huh.
I do. Now, as far as like the oopsies and everything go, I don't research for those. Usually I'll go on with whatever I see.
Yeah.
So like that's live time. Pretty much all I look at is shooting time, how they accomplish certain things in the episode, like the fire breathing.
Uh-huh.
And if there are any like anecdotes from the set that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then I research subtext.
Yep.
Usually I'll research about 70 to 80 some odd sites just for background information on the episode, and then a little over 400 for subtext.
Jeez.
So I try to be very thorough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get angry with myself because it doesn't come out the way that I read it.
Uh-huh.
You know? And I suck at explaining things.
No, that would be me. That would be me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I disagree.
Well, I disagree that you disagree.
I don't care if you disagree that I disagree. I still disagree.
No. You are good at explaining stuff. Me, not so much. It's
you
like,
want to
I
tell
know...
them what I told the kids? The answers were to their math problems?
Huh?
You want to tell them what I told the kids?
What did you tell them? What?
What I told the kids about the answers to their math problems?
What?
That the answer is always purple because aliens don't wear hats.
That's right.
Common Core math, ladies and gentlemen.
That is ridiculous. Anyways. The next question from Robin. What was it?
What do you think are the best and worst moments of Season 1? Best moment for me in Season 1 is Lucy Lawless's completely raw emotion in Is There a Doctor in the House?
Yeah.
That's probably best moment.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. Yeah.
Just because the acting was amazing.
Spot on.
In that scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
That and for me, like Darian Tackle as Cyrene was a good moment for me.
She's a highlight, yeah.
She is. I mean, she starts off, you're like, geez, what a bitch.
Yeah, but in the end.
And you're...
Yeah. Okay.
And then Renee O'Connor's dancing as Gabrielle at the Amazon party.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's one of the best moments for me.
Yeah, I like that one too.
What about you? You have another one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the ones that you said. I can't think of anything else. I mean, I'm sure there are, but I just can't think of nothing right now.
Worst moments for me? This is for my friend! Oh my god. I hate that. So bad.
Beware Greeks bearing gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perdiccas yelling that out.
Shut up.
That was kind of lame. That was.
No, that was overly lame.
That was, yeah.
That and Xena's my friend.
Oh yeah.
My friend.
One. That one too. Yeah.
It's because it didn't feel natural.
It didn't, no.
It's the same way, I had the same feeling in, When Fates Collide, with, like, no reason at all for Xena to have any perpetuation behind it when Lucy Lawless says, I love you, Gabrielle.
Oh, yeah, that seemed like almost forced.
It's forced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it shouldn't...
It wasn't natural.
Yeah. And that, to me, makes up some of the worst moments in television, even now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What about you? Any more worse?
Not that I could think of, but, yeah.
Yeah? You gonna go with that?
In Season 1, yeah.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
Oh, I can.
Okay, which other ones?
A couple of the fights.
Yeah.
Were, like, worst fights in
Which one?
Xena, period.
Okay, which one?
The fish fight.
Oh, yeah. Those are kind of...
The fish fight, I felt, was lame. Cool, but lame.
Okay.
And then the towel fight in Death Mask.
Yeah.
The wet,
that was just
wet
ridiculous.
material in Death Mask. And the water fight.
Oh, the fizzy
the
water?
Greater Good.
The fizzy water.
I thought that those were just lame.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like,
funny.
Clever and funny.
Funny.
But lame.
Yeah.
When I feel like they should have been more serious, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
There you go. Did she have another one, or was that it?
That's it.
That was it? Okay.
That's all the questions that we have.
That's it. Yeah.
You guys didn't disappoint, man.
No.
You really showed up and showed out.
Yeah. So that's it for our wrap-up and questions.
Yeah. We were told to get nerdy for this one. I think we got nerdy for the series, though.
Yeah.
Or for the episodes, more so than... But yeah, there's not anything that we didn't hit in each podcast, I don't think.
No, I don't
I think we pretty much got everything.
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Anything you can think of?
I can't think of anything.
Anything at all? Okay.
No.
So, next up is going to be...
Season 2.
Orphan of War.
Orphan of War.
Will be the next episode we cover. We'll have a little more details about our Halloween contest. Yay?
Oh yeah, we haven't mentioned that, have we? Have we? No, we haven't.
We mentioned it at the beginning.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got more details to come.
These are the details?
No.
Okay.
We're still trying to get our bearings together. We know we're going to do some sort of giveaway.
Yeah, we don't know what yet.
know what? Last time we drew names out of a hat.
We did.
To win, Robin Godfrey won.
Robin, yes, she did.
She won a keychain.
She got a keychain. She sent me the pictures she wanted on it, and I put together a keychain for her.
A Xena keychain.
Yeah. So, I mean, she seemed happy with it.
She did.
Yeah.
She liked it. Actually, there's an example of that one that you made for her on our website, thebabblingbards.com.
Yeah.
If you click on the Warriors Wears tab, that'll bring up our online store.
Yeah.
And pop on and look and see what Liliana has. And
but yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we haven't decided yet what to do for the giveaway one yet.
We have an idea, but...
We do?
Yes, we've talked about this.
Okay.
We've talked about this. It's been like a month ago.
Okay, well then that's why I don't remember.
Okay. But yeah, we got an idea of what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a little bit larger than the last one.
Well, yeah. So,
because Halloween's our favorite our favorite holiday
time of the year.
Yeah,
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's also going to be our wedding anniversary.
It is.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Anyway.
Right.
So, yeah. Make sure that you listen for that. Beyond the Farthest Star is still available for pre-order.
Get
from
your pre-orders
Amazon, Walmart.com, FYE.
FYE, that's a new one.
For your entertainment. And Best Buy. It's like under $10. Make sure you get your pre-orders in because they do count. Every pre-order counts because they're in negotiations for digital streaming and digital downloading on things like Netflix and Hulu. And that's really going to help being a determining factor on if they'll pick it up or not.
Right.
It's the number of pre-orders that they have in dollars in revenue that it kicks in.
Yeah. So don't wait. Get them in. Get those pre-orders in.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
I think so.
I think we've babbled at them enough.
Yeah.
So you guys stay tuned. And, well, not like right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have something else.
Okay, what?
I did have something else for Xena Season 1.
What is that?
Xena Warrior Princess
Yes.
was the first series and the first set of creators to put jokes after the credits rolled.
That's right, they're disclaimers.
Yeah, they're disclaimers. It was the very first show to be able to do that, and it came about because Liz Friedman, who was an executive producer on both shows, on Xena and on Hercules, said, I'd really like to be able to say that no centaurs were harmed during the making of Hercules' Legendary Journeys, but they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll use it for Xena because it'll set it apart.
Right.
So that's how those came about. But Xena was the very first person, long before Marvel decided to put something that would make you stay after the
credits.
After the credits.
Right.
Xena did it first.
Yep.
And let's be honest, Xena did it better.
She did.
Anyhow, let's see how many of you guys stayed tuned to hear that little tidbit.
Right.
Anyhow, you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Happy chakrams.
Yep.
Be a force for good.
That's right.
Catch us on the next season.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Coming up next.
Yep. Battle on and Babbling Bards.
Out.
Out.